mentioned. Now, whether, but yeah.
If everybody, to Femi and our colleague Joshua,
Yes.
who really led on this process. Why we stopped early.
We forgot, yes.
Get your phones out. Mentimeter.
Yeah.
Joshua, thank you for reminding me.
Yes, absolutely.
I tell you, personally, question to ask with you, then we'll have coffee. It'll be quite quick.
So
Joshua's just setting it up.
So you reflect on the questions that you've...
This is our last Mentimeter exercise in this event. Be lovely to Mentimeter exercise in this event. Be lovely to have use the QR code, and the use code is there, and have as many of us log in, if not all of us, please log in. So I haven't changed anything from the titles that Femi shared with you, so they are as that. So vote which is the single most important takeaway. I can see a table that is very excited about who is winning. Eh? Okay. Stephen, look, number 3, collaboration. Very good. Okay. Very good. Okay. Next question. Think about it. And don't put one word. Put something that is understandable. And for this slide, unlike the others, you can vote on somebody else's answer. So first of all, write that one question. If you don't have, that is okay, but you can still vote for the ones that have been indicated by our colleagues. So write it in a way that would make sense, and in any case, if you want it to stand out. Stephen, do you want to highlight as they come?
Yeah, you know, it does really emphasize, doesn't it, that these takeaways need to be implemented. We need their support, don't we? I think one of those key issues we're talking about is we're highlighting the importance of knowledge management, and at the same time, you said we need some teeth. The resources, the commitment also echoed at this table. Priorities with CAADP. We didn't spend a lot of time on CAADP, but it's absolutely right as a global initiative. Yeah, down to the country level, how we support it. What are the ministers and the ministries going to do? Yeah, a lot of these are about getting to that implementation stage. Of course, Joshua, I like the political will required, because of all those success stories we've seen, there's been a great deal of political will behind it. And the RECs, yeah. So many good ideas here. Private sector we talked about. We didn't go into great detail, but of course that's a fundamental part of it. Funding has come up a few times. I know, Joshua, when you calibrate it, that you're going, or when you compile it, we're going to see how often that comes up.
Very good. And feel free to vote for the ones that have been indicated. I hope I have enabled the...
So many are around. We need a next step here. We need an implementation step. There needs to be a planning framework. There needs to be responsibilities assigned. We need to know who's doing what. That's come out again and again in terms of our learning.
Okay, 60 more seconds, and we've got to close this.
How do we drive more resources from the national budget? As I was mentioning, we're going to lay out the stark reality we're in now. There's not going to be a lot of resources available as there were. Compliance on SBS.
Okay, let's, Paul, help me to collate and analyze.
Huh. How interesting is that? Budget. Budget and commitment. I think that goes hand in hand with the commitment from governments to do their bit as well. Policy implementation. We heard the difference between having policies and implementing policies. FSRP support, some questions around how that works, how that's operationalized. Regional trade comes out big, eliminating barriers. What do we have on the digital transformation there? Yeah.
Very good. Dr. Bahago, it's Godfrey, are you here? Anyway, when it comes to budgets, both the Malabo protocol for CADEP and also post-Malabo, there's a commitment for 10% of budget to go into agriculture, and it should be quite interesting to find out which of the countries represented are spending as much in agriculture. Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to collect this. There's one more question, and that is if voting in progress. You are voting, okay? So continue, continue. You vote for the one that if there's any that you like, and it was not necessarily yours, continue doing that. Right. This is an optional question. If you are chosen, we will do the analysis. If you are chosen to ask a question of the ministers, we will need to identify you. So if you want to put your name, here, we can be able to collate it with the question that you've asked. So again, this is optional. If you don't want, that is okay, but you've got an opportunity of identifying yourself.
Yeah. And just to explain
But
what...
put your name, not yes or no. Put your name if you want to identify yourself.
And I'll just mention that what's going to happen, the idea of having an open question and answer session with the ministers, there was some sensitivities about that. What we're going to do is have 3 questions we agree on that 3 different members of the audience can ask, just so that everybody's comfortable. I think they are worried that I'll get up and talk about Canadian tariffs, so I think we'll manage it that way. Listen, let's have a coffee break. Thank you for this. Come back in 30 minutes. I need to just quickly meet with the EGAD team over here, and we'll see you in 30 minutes for the next session. Thank you very much. Why don't I do that? Why don't I tell you exactly what time it'll be? 10:50. Thank you very much. Meet here at 10:50. Mario, where'd I be without you?
Kindly let's have our seats as we proceed on with the next session. If you see your colleagues standing, kindly guide them to their respective seat and group. Great, and let's start behind our chairs. Kindly start behind your chair. Hello. Kindly start behind your chair. I'm sure Mutua is guiding that process. Start behind your chair. Sunday, start behind your chair. I can see Emily, start behind your chair. Table 9, behind your chair. Table 10. Table 12, behind your chair. Stand behind your chair. We won't start with a quick dance, even as we go to the next session. Table 3, start behind your chair. I can see table 7. Start behind your chair. I'm sure the technical team is almost ready to do us the dance. And I have my friend coming to join here for the dance. Aren't you coming? Great. Fantastic. We can have the music. Good. A group that will act like SPS regulators. And then we have another category of trade representatives. And the way to do it, we'll have got numbers 1 up to 3. So if you are not a trade regulator and you fit in SPS, so be it. There is nothing like saying, I am not a what? A trade representative. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and kindly take, mark your number. So number 1 will be the policymaker. Good, that's good. So I'm hearing that the group may be too large. It's true? Or we can have 2 groups of policymakers. What do you think? Yes, 2 groups of policymakers, 2 groups of SPS regulators, and 2 groups of trade representatives. I like the way table 6 is supporting me. You knew I would come here. Great. Let's start here. Numbers 1, 2, 3, please. Just 1, 2, 3. So this 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Here. 2 and 3. You're number 2. Tell your colleague number 3. Priscilla. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Khadija 3. 1, 2. Here, Emily 3. 1, 2. Guide your colleague number 3. Which step have I missed out? Here, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So numbers 1, you'll be doing the policymakers. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 1. Sorry, I missed out on you. It's because you didn't smile to me. Great. So we have got policymakers. Number 1, can I see? Number 1s. Those are the policymakers. We have got number 2, the SPS regulators. Number 2s. Great. And then we have got the trade representatives. Number 3, great. So from tables 1 up to 7 will form one category. Then from 8 to 14 will do the second category. What we are saying, if you are in number 1, you'll be in one group from number 1 up to 7, from table 1 to 7. Is that clear? So number 1s, can you stand? Let me clarify. Number 1s, just stand. Just stand, please. Just quick one. Great. So number 1s, you have 2 groups, okay? Of what? Of the policymakers. So from tables 1 up to 7, you form one group. From tables 8 to 14, you have group 2 for the trade, for the policymakers. And the same case will be for SPS regulators. For table 1 up to 7, you form group 1. Tables 8 to 14, you form group 2. Is that okay? And of course, the last one for trade representative. I want to call Study Aldrich to come and explain to us what the groups will be doing.
Thank you. Good morning. Hello? Yes. We are asked to collaboratively develop an illustrative action plan that, 1, uses scorecard data to prioritize interventions. Then we will propose specific measures to strengthen SPSS compliance, and then we will try to identify key stakeholders and resources required. I think we need, in each group, a chair and a rapporteur for this action plan development. So I'm here. If you need some guidance or on how a scorecard could help you prioritize, I can come to your table and explain. Thank you.
Great. So we'll form the groups, and kindly when you go to group work, we'll give you 20 minutes. We have got a printout template for doing the action plan. They will come to various groups. So my proposal is we have got how many groups in total? Let me see who have been following. Oh, good. You can clap for yourselves. You're not clapping for yourselves? Great. So we'll have got group 1 there. So the first group is for who? Policymakers here and here. Is that okay? Policymaker 1, policymaker 2. Then we have got the second category, SPS regulators, group 1 and group 2. You can move after you have come together. Then we have got the last group of trade representatives, group 1 and group 2. Fantastic. Let's make those moves. Then we'll bring for you the templates for purpose of group work. Thank you. If you are here, then you must be a policy maker if you are here. This is for policymakers. This is group one. Group one for policymakers, together with this, the group two of policymakers. So if you are here, you must be a who? A policymakers. So here I'm dealing with SPS regulators. Great. Who am I dealing with here? Trade representatives, group one, and trade representative, group two. Kindly let's make the movement so at least we can spare and save time, the 20 minutes for group work. Thank you. And of course, we have Sunday for clarity and any technical support on that group work. Kindly let's make move, and then you choose a convener and the rapporteur. And I'll be asking Cecilia to come and distribute to the various groups. Just bring them. Policymakers one, they're here. Trade, you are there. Trade, you are in table. What's that table? Trade, you are here. Trade here and trade there. These two for trade. So if you are in trade and you're in group 1 up to 7, you are here. Okay? Then trade, group 8 to 14 here. Yeah? Yes, yes. For which one? Policymakers. Okay, if you say number 2, policymakers, for SPS regulators, is this table and that table. If you say number 2, yes. And of course, if you're in table 1 up to 7, you stay there. If you're in table 8 to 14, you come here. You can distribute now. For each group here, 1. If you give it. And that one and that. You are? Make sure you have your team members. I need to see group 2. Now, number 2s. These are the policymakers. Yes, so Priscilla, please, you have a convener, and then we have given you the action plan for the 3 questions. You don't know that. Who picked group 3? Number 3. Number 3 are here. The numbers we said, 1, 2, 3. The one who said number 3. Great. You are here and here is only one person. They're also here. So this is group, this is number what? Excuse me? This number? No number. Okay, so can you have some of you come here, please? Okay. So you can join. I'll give you more members if you're happy there.
I think Stephen wanted you to imagine a scenario. So you start imagining a scenario where a trade scorecard highlights low SPS compliance as a key barrier to increasing agricultural exports. So I know you don't have a scorecard on your tables, but you can at least imagine that you've already understand that an SPSS barrier exists for agricultural export. From there, now you can try to respond those questions. So you just start imagining that SPSS is a barrier. So with that information, you can address those questions.